the yellow numbers, black helmets, and orange in the all-white, looking like the Bengals out there kind of a little bit with those orange helmets. And the Lions going to receive this first half kickoff and what is bound to be an awesome game. Of course, two rivals, AA mentioned it, crosstown, and we are underway from Beachwood. Turn taken from the 30 down to the 35, 40, breaking through and crossing that 40-yard line all the way down to the 45 for Orange, and they're off and running. Number 6 for Orange there. Amir Barnes with the return, the junior.
And if you can't tell already from the microphones, we got a bit of a breeze. We got a bit of a breeze tonight. And
that's beautiful Northeast Ohio weather. We're going to enjoy it, right?
It is. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying we have a breeze. My notes did fly on the field a little bit.
Kind of sounded like you were complaining a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Might have been a little bit there. But these players, they're going to like that breeze here coming in. We'll see when the ball's in the air how the breeze is going to affect these players.
Going to see how Orange can respond now. 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Great field position for the senior Alex Ford in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands off the middle. Big carry, bumbling through, stumbling back, still on his feet, down for a first down, gain of about 11. Running back by committee. The committee starts with Ty Russell, number 5 on the carry.
Yeah, and he's going to get a bit of action here at the start. And one of the things to watch out for, the work in the weight room. You saw there with Russell being able to drive with his legs, creating that second effort. The defenders for Beachwood, they're going to have heavy contact, low to the ground, to bring these guys down.
Yeah, Coach Tino told us, AA, of course, that it's going to be big about winning the line of scrimmage, and right there, Orange flexing some muscles with that senior front line. Some veterans up there, as now it's 1st down and 10 from the 44. Play gets stopped. It's going to be, it looks like offsides on the defense there in Beachwood, so give Orange another 5 yards. First penalty of the game, and it's on the Beachwood defense.
And just getting used to the alignment. That's kind of where you got to get adjustments.
Yeah.
This is Friday Night Lights. And young players having to step up here very, very quickly and early.
You know, it's our shadows. They can probably see it from the top of the stand. That's
Possibly.
why they're a little bit, maybe distracted them a little bit there. Again, now it's 1st and 5. 11 minutes to go in this first quarter. Ford in the shotgun. He actually loses the ball, falls on it, and gets hit down. He's down. The ball's out, but they're saying he was down by contact. Don't know if Ford ever actually had the ball, but they're going to say that Orange will keep it. Martez Pickney, again, we talked about him being on the defense or the offensive end running the ball. Well, Coach Fisher said he's going to be able to get all over the defensive end as well. Big tackle for a loss there. Called a sack, why not?
Yeah, and that's something to watch for there. You talked about Pickney just being able to step in there defensively. On the defensive side of the ball, CVC guy, second team, he's going to fire in there. Got to watch that if you're the offense.
So he's got that speed. Ball all the way back now to the 48-yard line as Orange tries to recoup, I should say, after the fallback there. 2nd and 14. Oh, almost jumping off, and here we go again. Another penalty. It was Pickney trying to get a little bit ahead on the snap count, and Ford lulls him in. Another 5 yards plus for Orange there.
Yeah, and Pickney, number 24, he's going to be all over the field, and he was very, very excited to make another impact play there, but Orange was able to catch it and get the snap, and the officials called the penalty.
Yeah, no, I've seen black and yellow down at AA. I'm not going to say he watched Troy Polamalu highlights before this game, but it's a possibility he may have actually done that.
Why not?
He was trying to time that snap count. He almost got it.
Why not? Somebody to look out for.
Yeah, now 2nd and 9 from the 43-yard line of Beachwood. Little screen pass out to left. It is caught. And breaking on the left sideline all the way down to the 30-yard line. Late flag on the play. That, again, was Eli Robinson. Going to hear his name a lot tonight for Orange. And see what happened. It looked like maybe it was in the area of a block in the back, or holding. We'll see what comes out. And Beachwood seems like it's going back, and it looks like it is.
Yeah, I think you're right on it there, Kyle. And part of that, you're going to see those outside plays, those outside sweep plays and whatnot. The containment's going to be very, very important for both of these teams. There's a lot of speed. When we were down in the field before the game, Kyle, what was the first thing I told you? Just the speed.
These guys are so fast. They make other fast people seem not fast. Is what you told me.
Incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible. And when you have track athletes out there, guys who have been a part of track and field and other various sports, you see that applied, especially early in the season, week 1.
Yeah, I think Alex Ford actually one of the reserves on a state championship team for the cross-country team over at Orange, so he's the quarterback.
Incredible.
Yeah, we're not even talking about the skill position players. We're talking about the guy that's taking the snaps. He's dangerous back there.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, but it seems like Orange kind of shooting themselves in the foot a little bit here. Back again to the 49-yard line.
And they had positive momentum too, because that was a big play.
It was.
And they need those offensive plays, so we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, to this point, Orange winning that battle at the line of scrimmage, both coaches saying it was crucial. So here we go. 2nd and 14 again from the 49-yard line of Beachwood. Orange trying to make some momentum and get moving positively. Again, breaking out to the outside is Ford, still on his feet, rumbling down and gets down to just inside the 45-yard line of Beachwood. Swarm of tacklers there, including number 5, Eric Walker, on the tackle.
That's pretty amazing there. The good work there for Beachwood coming out here in a 3-3-5 defense. And in that type of defense, you need your defensive backs, you need your linebackers to be able to move side to side and read the field. And they did a great job there in that last play.
A couple linemen we're going to talk about for Beachwood in a moment here, too, is now it's 3rd and 11, a long third down conversion attempt. Handoff left side, breaking through. Here we go. Orange all the way down to the 24-yard line. Who else? Ty Russell. Again, the sophomore getting the big carry and a big moving the chains.
Yeah, and that's huge. And you saw the advantage up front, able to create the space. I think if you're Beachwood, you see defensively they are aggressive. Orange is kind of using the aggressiveness against Beachwood, and you saw it on that last play.
Yeah, Alex Ford, and great handoff, good read there in the backfield for Orange now. As 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line of Beachwood. Ford going to throw, left side, it is caught. No, it's dropped and incomplete. Robinson just couldn't hold on. Tell you what, Double A, right on the money there on a little screen play, and Robinson had some yards to work with there, just couldn't get those hands on the ball.
Yeah, and he wants that one back. He's like, I did every, and I'm sure Eli Robinson, he'll tell you, he's like, I did everything right, except, and it's one of those plays where you expect the football to be in your hands, and you're stunned that the football is not there.
You almost like try to catch it with the body and turn there instead of the hands, and unfortunately that results in an incomplete pass. 8:46 to go in this first quarter, 2nd and 10. Almost a fumble snap, handoff. Russell up the middle. He barrels his way down inside the 5-yard line. How about that? Ty Russell making an impact, the sophomore.
Yeah, and he is coming out with aggressive first speed. Is the moment the play starts, before he gets the handoff, he's getting that initial first step, which is huge. Watch his footwork. Watch how much space is between his steps when he gets the football. And it's incredible to see, and you see the speed going right down the field.
3 carries, 50 yards on this first drive for Ty Russell. Could be in for a big night. Here we go, 1st and goal from the 4. Some movement on the line, and everyone's pointing at each other, of course, because that's what we're going to do. See what the official ruling is. Looks like maybe there was a jump, and it looks like it's going to be on Beachwood again. Offsides. You can see get down there. For Beachwood again, it was Martez Bigney arguing his case, but unfortunately to no avail. That's going to cut the down a distance in half here, Double A, down to 1st and goal from about the inside 2-yard line here.
Yeah, and both teams were like, well, wait a minute, we can't, make that happen. That's Can't you tell this is the first game?
Now, so Coach Scott Fisher did tell us, Beachwood head coach, that there is some nerves. When you have 13 freshmen out of 27 total players, and they're going to see some time tonight, there's going to be some ebbs and flows in the game. Can they manage it now and try and get a big stop? As it is 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. 8 minutes to go in this first quarter. Orange threatening. And off inside, Russell barrels his way in for a touchdown. The young man, the sophomore, Ty Russell into the end zone, and it's 6-0. Orange on top of Beachwood.
Yeah, you see the replay right. Oh, good pulling block there on the line there. Ringenbach there, 55, and just able to drive in there for the score. And the speed, you see it, and just getting an efficient first drive for the Orange Lions, building off the momentum they have from the scrimmage that you talked about at the open, Kyle.
Yeah, definitely said running back by committee, but so far it has been all Ty Russell. 52 yards and a touchdown on that drive by himself. Extra point is up, and it is through. Kicker there, number 39, Chris Buckley, the sophomore, knocks it through, and now it's 7-0. Orange ahead of Beachwood here in Beachwood in the second of our 2 doubleheader games for your opening week of the Ohio high school football season. I want to remind you folks, by the way, the presenting sponsor of CVC TV is Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Their specialties include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website, and of course being www.ohsurgery.com. Thank you for your support for the Chagrin Valley Conference, and of course, CVC TV.
Want to give a shout out while we can. They're in the stands on the visitor side. The Orange Lion Marching Band. You see them right over there. They had a busy day today. They was at the Rock Hall of Fame. They was kicking it with Kenny this morning on Fox 8 News this morning, and want to give a quick shout out to the Orange Lions Marching Band. This busy day.
Gonna hear from them at halftime probably too a little bit more as well. So excited to see that. And I think the players for the Orange sideline too feeling pretty confident after that drive double A. Now, the big thing is, can Beachwood respond? The offensive line, defensive line battle is going to be the telltale for both these teams today. Both like to run the ball as effectively as they can. The issue is now, can Beachwood bring it on the offensive side of the ball too, or is it going to be a one-sided affair tonight?
Yeah, we'll see kind of how they're going to respond and get those adjustments. Again, you're going to see tonight, and it's not a criticism, you're going to see tonight certain mistakes in week 1 that you will not see in week 4.
Right.
That you won't see really next week. It's the nerves. Everything you see here in the first quarter, everybody is nervous. Everybody. If you're a senior, like this might be your first time in a leadership position, so we'll see.
And a bit of a pooch kick there, going to roll down inside the 10 to the 5, but it looks like there was an issue there. Getting word possibly of an offside, which is...
And that's what I'm talking about too. Like and this is not just an Orange and Beachwood thing. You're gonna see all across high school football tonight in week 1. You're gonna see a high number of penalties, and that's just the nerves. And you're trying to figure things out too, as a player. The coaches, the assistant coaches, they're trying to figure things out. So you're gonna see those. You're gonna see that happen. That's okay. It'll be on film, they'll be corrected, and you'll go from there.
Every time you speak, I feel motivated. I don't know what it is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
On the baseline, let's go.
Oh, man. Flashbacks. Thank you. Oh. For those listening home, I apologize if you got sent back to your time in high school. It's return on the right side for Beachwood. Breaking the right side, push out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Number 14 for the Bison. Again, Jacob Thomas, the junior, with a solid return, and Beachwood with some decent field position as they get going on their first offensive drive of this ball game.
Thomas, one of the receivers for the Bison, able to get a good return on that. Good blocking as well on the return to get Beachwood good field position to start their first offensive drive.
So obviously, Double A, we talk about Martez Pinckney for the Bison being the kind of the head back, obviously the lead running back, going to get a lot of work tonight. The 2 linemen we got to talk about as well, Josh Rosenberg and Jack Felder. Rosenberg, 6'3", 295.
Wow.
Can bench over 400 according to Coach Fisher, which is at least one of me, that's for sure.
Yeah. And he's flexible, too. We saw him stretching.
My knees hurt so much watching that kid stretch down there. It was insane.
It's unbelievable.
It's 1st and 10. Own 31-yard line for Beachwood, and sophomore quarterback Larry Clark. He takes the snap. It is Pinckney in the backfield. He breaks through 2 tackles. He's in a pickle. Breaking back to the right side. He's got room to run. Pinckney past 35 to the 40. Still on his feet and brought down. He should have been dead to rights, 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Instead, it's a gain of 11 and a first down.
Stay behind the offense.
This might come back. It probably will come back. I want to applaud the effort of Larry Clark, who went after, as soon as the handoff happened, stayed with the play, got to second level, and was creating the block for Pinckney. You love to see that from your quarterback.
Yeah, late fly double you mentioned. Looks like it was in the area of holding, and man, that can be debilitating for a young team too after that kind of play. But usually when that play does break down and it goes back and forth, that's when the penalty flags start flying, and some discussion being had down there. And here we go. Yep, back we march. But again, that's the elusiveness of Pinckney we talked about. Made a big play in the defensive end over with a sack early on in the first quarter here, and now with the run there, unfortunately, it's not going to count that time.
Yeah, but you'll see more of Martez Pinckney.
And now he's probably just mad.
He is. He is. Larry Clark's going to have a big role here tonight. He's taking over for Marquise Pinckney, who was the senior quarterback a year ago, and the sophomore quarterback. See how he operates in the backfield.
Big shoes to fill as he rolls out. Clark to the left side. He gets brought down, still on his feet, trying to make something, but can't. Big sack there for 74 for Orange, that being Brandon Wang. He's one of the guys that Coach Asinor talked with us about making big plays on that line. He's a returner, and, well, he just showed it right there, big sack.
And good for Wang for staying with that play defensively because Clark could have broke away. But Wang stayed with it. There was a follow-up there as well defensively. So, you hear your defensive coaches all the time. Barco followed up. You hear your defensive coaches all the time say, all of it has to the football, all of it has to the football. You saw that. The start of that with that last play.
Yeah, CJ Justin Tanner, Henry Riggenbach. Again, obviously Brandon Wayne there and Austin Thomas all going to be key players as another big tackle near the line of scrimmage. My goodness. Orange defense coming to play. That was number 4 there on the tackle. Jacob Desapita there on the tackle.
Yeah, and a little bit of a stumbling there for Thomas. He couldn't get his footing, and unfortunately, he paid the price. And the Orange Lions here defensively, they have a great opportunity. It's 3rd and 27? They have a great opportunity here to get a 3 and out and to continue to build their momentum.
Yeah, looking at a very, very long goal to go. About 6 minutes and some change to go in this first quarter here in Beachwood, Ohio. And the Bison, the home Bison, struggling now on offense. Actually 3rd and 33, believe it or not. Handoff is to Pinckney. Breaks back up the middle, tries to get some yards back. Still on his feet, tough to bring down. Gets to the 15. And actually goes down there after getting about 7.
Yeah, good effort on Pinckney, but yeah, it's
a hard task. Don't get me 33 yards. You can't say that for everybody. Yeah, it'd be kind of tough.
Yeah, and credit to the Orange Lions defense. The penalty helped, of course, with the holding earlier after the big play for Beachwood. And they took advantage of some mistakes in the backfield for Beachwood, and Orange ready to get the football back at the opponent's territory.
Again, looking like it's going to be, I'm going to say Tristan Brown, number 19 for Beachwood, kicking this one away. Tough offensive drive. They had that big first down, but the holding penalty drew them back and just could not get the momentum back after that first play. And now Beachwood going to kick it back off to Orange. Over the head and act through the end zone. That is going to be a safety. And a rough start for the Beachwood Bison continue. It's now 9-0 Orange.
Jitters. I mean, that's really,
yeah.
That's all you can account for. It's you got to get the first snap. It is a big pressure situation being that close to the end zone, but not able to get the punt off, just the safety, got a free kick coming up.
Real unfortunate chain of events there for the Bison. Again, we talked about it. Half of this team are freshmen. So AA's right. Of course there's going to be some nerves going into your first high school senior game. Again, varsity football is a different kind of animal, obviously, in Northeast Ohio. We know that, no matter where you're at. And, yeah, definitely some nerves in there. Again, there's still time to correct, though. It's only 9-0. It's not the end of the world.
And here's the interesting thing here for the Orange Lions. You know, last year they didn't get the wins. But what they did establish is some kind of culture. They talked about the buy-in and having guys in there who believe in the system, believe in what they're trying to build. They're trying to build the winning culture. And seemingly, you know, you're doing everything right other than getting the W, and that's what they're trying to get to tonight. And they're off to a good start. A lot of returners, too, for the Lions.
Definitely. Off the backs we mentioned before, the guys like Alex Ford, Eli Robinson, and a young guy in Ty Russell, as you mentioned, 52 yards and a touchdown on the ground in that first possession. And the night is still young, so we'll see what he does. Ball backed up to the 20-yard line. It's going to be a free kick, as AA mentioned before, due to the safety. Ball going to wrinkle down inside the 50, down to the 40. Picked up and bobbled a little bit there by 28 for Orange. Again, that being E.J. Dowdle. He breaks to the left side near midfield. And, yeah, late hit on the play. Talked about the rivalry, the nature of these two teams. A lot of mutual respect, but a lot of trash talking in the offseason. And, oh, boy, here we go.
I almost want to argue that rivalry should be played either the first week of the season or the last week of the season. The first week, you have all summer Your whole camp. I'm not kidding. Your whole camp is built to this matchup.
It's essentially the Super Bowl for these teams. We kind of talked to both coaches you mentioned. Coach Senor and Fisher AA both said that it feels very much like that, almost like a playoff game.
It
in
does.
Essence. Yeah.
We'll see what the call is here momentarily. There's loads of excitement here in Beachwood between
like
both of these fans as well.
At this point, the referees have more discussions in Congress to try and figure out what was going on down there. So we're going to take a look and see what is going on. Really possibly a late hit there in the motion. And unnecessary roughness looks like, again, on Beachwood. That's 15 yards double way. That's going to move Orange deep now into Beachwood territory.
We talked about there are two types of mistakes. There are mistakes or penalties. There are penalties by nerves. You can live with those. Those are correctable. Those are things you want to do. And then there are others where you're like, well, wait a minute. You gotta. That can't happen in the future. And you wanna control the field. And the Bison, they just got to calm down, get back on track, and just do their thing and just operate.
Yeah, you want to give your team a chance, especially when it comes to penalties. And to this point, already 5 for Beachwood, and we're still with 4:59 to go in this first quarter. You mentioned nerves definitely playing a factor in that. It's now 1st and 10 from the Beachwood 38-yard line for the Orange Lions, and the offense back on the field. Senior quarterback Alex Ford in the shotgun. 2 wide right, 1 wide to the left. He'll take the snap. He's going to roll out to his right, little pass to the left side. It is caught. Again, that is Amir Barnes. He breaks to the right side. Barnes is going to run to the 10, 5, turns the corner, touchdown, but a late flag.
Let's take a look at the play while we await the penalty. And man, we might have something there with the block there a little bit late.
It was in the area of a block in the back, possibly. It was kind of that play, photo finish type thing inside the 5-yard line where we kind of saw that happen. And
yeah, and it doesn't look like the Lions are getting ready to kick the extra point.
it looks like they're walking backwards.
And that's a long walk backwards.
Retreating quicker than my dad does when a hurricane rolls through South Florida.
Woo.
There you go.
That might be licensed. I don't know if we can do that again.
Yeah, it's. We told the line a little bit. It's fine.
I know.
Either way, a solid catch and some good momentum now for the quarterback, Alex Ford.
It is.
Yeah, and then now 15 yards from the spot, I want to say double A looks like. So they're still going to get, I believe it'll be a first down then. And chains haven't moved yet.
Yeah, we'll see what the officials. Yeah, now they're going to move it down.
Okay. See, we're too quick. We have to slow down a little bit.
First game, well, this is your second game, Kyle, but first week, as well, and just.
That's for everybody. It's not just the players on the field too. Everyone's got to get used to the rhythm again.
But that penalty, though, it is a bit of a break for Beachwood, who's trying to find some kind of opening here. Seemingly Orange. This is an explosive start here for the Lions.
Definitely is. Ford in the shotgun again. Hands left side. It's Dowdle. It breaks back left. He gets pulled down and eventually ragged down there by Beachwood. Big 75 on the tackle there. Dylan Rogers, I believe, possibly one of those in on the tackle.
Yeah, Pinckney starting things off as well.
Yeah.
Defensively. And just the outside containment, that's where they will have that advantage. We'll see how this penalty affects this drive here. Because all of a sudden now, instead of this game possibly being 16-0, if Beachwood can get a stop and force possibly a field goal, that'll make a huge difference on the scoreboard.
Yep, just over 4 minutes to go. 9-0 Orange with the ball and the lead deep in Beachwood territory. Ford in the shotgun, takes a snap. In motion, and a great tackle there by Beachwood. I believe that was number 33, Henry Streen, sophomore, with the tackle.
Incredible stop and a good read too, and you're going to see a bunch of those jet sweeps, a bunch of those plays in the backfield. It's going to be up to everybody on defense in this 3-3-5 defense to read those plays, especially the linebackers, and get that pickup. Orange, Kyle, cannot be hesitant either. When you have those type of plays, they are effective when it's in full range and full speed. a little bit of hesitancy also helped out the Beachwood defense.
And Orange going to take a timeout. Coach Senor wants to talk things over. It gives us a chance really quick to talk about tonight's scoreboard sponsor, Independence Business Supply, an Ohio-owned and operated company with full-service facilities in Cleveland, Ohio, of course, capable of shipping supplies anywhere in the United States. IBS is a business products dealer providing you with a single source for products, facility, and break room supplies, printing, promotional products, and furniture. Visit orderibs.com to learn more about our products and amazing customer service.
Great game so far. Fascinating game. Because, both of these teams, the season didn't go too well for either of these teams a year ago, but there's a lot of good kids and great coaches on the field, and they're trying to establish something special, both of these teams. And they both could do it. And to have this matchup open up their CVC schedule is by far the best way for these teams and these kids to be excited and to get excited about where their programs and where their future is going. And I love the effort from both of these teams.
One of the things that Coach Fisher from Beachwood told us AA before the game was that starting fast is going to be key. Try making a big play or two. This is a chance right now on the defensive side of the ball after kind of stumbling a little bit on the offensive end. Can defense make a big stop? 3rd and 17 from the Beachwood 26-yard line. Ford in the shotgun. 2 wide left, 1 wide right. He'll take the snap. It is going to be hand up the middle. Big number 5 rolling through again. He's still on his feet, barreling down to the 10 near the first down. He may have got it. Still on his feet. Down to about the 7. That's, again, Ty Russell.
The effort was incredible. Here's the replay. And watch the second effort. Oh, the speed is just there. Knee never went down. You see there in the replay. Knee never went down. And they just ruled it a first down. So they had, 17 yards? He needed 17 yards. He got it. Just off the second effort, Kyle.
Coach Senor talked about doing running back by committee, but 5 carries for 69 yards and a touchdown. Says maybe Russell should be getting the ball a few more times this drive, possibly. We'll see what happens. He is in the backfield now. I don't blame him. Again, Ford in the shotgun. 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Orange trying to put the pedal to the metal on Beachwood here on the road. Ford getting the signals from Coach Senor on the sidelines. And big opportunity for the Lions. Coach Fisher yelling out commands to the defense. It is a hand left side. Russell breaking through and down. Good stop right there at the 5-yard line. Big tackle by 56 there for Beachwood. And, of course, being Aiden Condor, the sophomore, with the tackle.
Yeah, and if Condor did not make that play, that was a touchdown.
Definitely.
So good read on his part. Able to beat the lineman and make the play and not leave home. And he did a great job.
Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Orange threatening again, up 9-0 on Beachwood, deep in Beachwood territory. Lions trying to score again. Left side, going to break in and going to walk into the end zone. Alex Ford, his first rushing touchdown of the season. Orange now up by 2 scores.
Watch the left side of the line here with this score. Just discipline, able to get there and get the score. Orange is dictating where the ball is going on the field, seemingly every play. And Beachwood's going to have to adjust very quickly and stop that and keep everything inside. And that's not happening so far, and the Lions are taking advantage.
The score is 15-0 now after that Orange touchdown. Extra point is a line drive kick that did not find its way through wide right. So that's where we'll stay, AA. 15-0 to score. Orange on top of Beachwood. 1:43 to go in this first quarter of your CVC TV Game of the Week. A doubleheader. Night 2, of course, last night. Conneaut and Grand Valley playing over in beautiful Conneaut, Ohio. Final score of that matchup 20-0. So a couple of 100-yard rushers, even though the game actually ended early due to lightning. Tonight, weather, not as much effect.
Yeah, and Conneaut, first off, welcome to the Chagrin Valley Conference. First year, of course, the conference expanding this year, creation of 4 divisions in the CVC this year. The CVC spanning all the way from western Cuyahoga County all the way to the very, very top of Ashtabula County. Just CVC just expanding and growing the sport. Commissioner Don Lewis and the whole team of the Chagrin Valley Conference, just incredible work getting these schools into this conference. You see competitive football, competitive sports all throughout.
Yeah, Conneaut, Madison, and Jefferson all joining the CVC this year. And a conference that keeps growing in strength. It'll be fun to watch.
Absolutely. We'll have those schools this year on CVC TV.
Looking forward to those games. Also looking forward to the rest of this one now. Again, as Orange is ready to kick the ball back off to the Bison. Line drive again. Off the helmet. Number 8 for Beachwood. The ball goes out of bounds before Orange can capitalize. Of course, that was Jonathan Owens, one of the players we talked about in pregame that can make plays for this team. Just a tough ball to try and field there. The low line drive that had a high bounce at the end.
And it's so dangerous, too, because and Owens knows this. And it's hard to remember sometimes that in a kick return situation, that's a live football. And if that football did not go out of bounds, to say that football took a bad turn, the Lions could have got the football back. So a break there for Beachwood. Good for Owens to keep track of the football and for that ball to get out of bounds for Beachwood to be back out offense.
And Beachwood will take over AA from their own 24-yard line. 1:40 to go in this first quarter. 15-0 to score. Orange on top of the Bison. Clark, the sophomore quarterback, hands right side. Again, carry from Martez Pinckney. Breaks through the line and gets a couple of yards there.
And you got to start somewhere here. So this is the opportunity here if you're the Bison. Get your offensive line going. Create some opportunities here. Let Pinckney operate. The one thing that might hurt a little bit here, the Orange transfer now with Beachwood, their other tailback not in the game here today due to injury.
Yeah, Cole Schriebman not in the ball game, of course, nursing an ankle injury. Coach said hopefully back next week, but wanted to be on the field for this one. Unfortunately, wishing Cole a speedy recovery there with that. Hopefully he can get back for his teammates. Is now at 2nd and 8 as we take under a minute to go in this first quarter. And one to the right side, Clark, the sophomore quarterback, caught, brought down for the sack. Big number 55 from Orange, Henry Regenbach on the tackle.
Read it immediately, made the play defensively, and good for him. Big strength, senior lineman, one of the leaders on this team.
Yeah, you're going to hear those names a lot tonight. The senior offensive and defensive linemen that are playing both ways and making an impact on both sides of the ball, especially so far for Orange. As now it is going to be a 3rd and long. I'd say roughly about 3rd and 14 or 15 yards for this offense that has just not been able just to get a rhythm yet so far in this ball game.
Yeah, and they've had opportunities. We see some big plays, but the penalties have kind of called that back. And they might take this quarter break to reassess what they want to do on this upcoming 3rd down.
Yeah, unfortunately, Coach Fisher not able to get things moving as quickly as he wanted. With that is the end of the first quarter here in Beachwood. The home Bison trailing the visiting Orange Lions 15-0. On the other side of the start of the second quarter, going to be a 3rd and long as well for Beachwood. AA, your thoughts so far on kind of what we've seen from Orange, kind of coming out guns blazing and really running the ball to a high level.
Fast. And you could tell a few things. You could tell that yes, both teams want this game. You can really tell they want this game. You can really tell that they've treated this game like their Super Bowl all camp long, and they've waited for this opportunity. And I like as well, you see for Russell, the moment the snap takes place, his first step is impressive. He is driving his legs. He has that initial burst of speed, and once he gets the football, once he gets the handoff, he's already at near top level speed. He is fast. He is incredible. And Kyle, you mentioned it, like at some point we will see the running back by committee, but Ty Russell to this point,
he would be earning that job, AA. He would be taking that.
Yeah. And why not? This sophomore tailback, he understands what time it is. You know what it is.
Definitely does, AA. Again, as we're getting ready to start the second quarter here with a 3rd and little ways to go as the breeze is blowing. Only about 69 or so degrees and beautiful skies, but a bit of a breeze here in Beachwood, Ohio. As the Bison look to try and convert a long 3rd down. And rolling out to the right, Clark hit as he throws, ball's up in the air, and Owens, did he catch it? No, he could not bring it down. So close right there for Owens. Jonathan Owens, the junior, almost brought it in double A, just could not get those hands on the ball on the feed and bounce.
Yeah, and it's just, just that pressure. And Clark, you're seeing him grow up in front, the quarterback, Larry Clark, he's growing up in front of our face here, just able to get that football off. But, man, Owens almost had it.
How about the Orange defense at this point? They've allowed -8 yards of offense. They have 3 sacks from 3 different players, and they're forcing their second punt of this ball game already. And Orange defense really showing up tonight as well.
And Beachwood has to get this punt off. Remember, the last punt, the snap went into the end zone.
Exactly right. This one a little more controlled, and we're going to see that.
Oh, he kicked it right out of bounds.
And it's actually bobbled out of bounds. That was number 1 for Orange, Cameron Evans. There was an issue a handful of yards in front of the line of scrimmage, but I think everything has been smoothed over. So it is going to be Orange football in great field position, the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 of Beachwood. So another chance for Orange to keep pouring on the offense here with a very short field.
Yeah, well, real quick on the punt there by Bang. He was trying to, I'm assuming.
So he lose a shoe?
Maybe with the shoe. It might have been maybe a directional punt just to get out of bounds. The problem was it was just short, and if the returner was able to get the handle, he had a clear sprint to the end zone.
He did.
It was a dead 40-yard sprint to the end zone.
So again, a little more luck for Beachwood there, and making Orange have to earn it now on the offensive end. Again, 1st and 10 from the Beachwood 35-yard line. For this Orange offense, continuing to roll into the right side. Forward, looking. He's going to take off himself and left to fight another down. Runs out of bounds near the line of scrimmage. And a solid chase down there from Beachwood. That was number 56 for the Bison. Aiden Condor, the sophomore that chased down a track star there.
Yeah, he did. And he's helped as well here by this cross-field win. He is. He's being helped by that. The wind going across the field from bottom to top across your mobile computer screens.
Looking at 2nd and actually 11 now from the 35-yard line. A little bit marking back, and there's Beachwood's defensive line. Big number 50 in there too, Jack Wynn, a freshman, one of those freshmen we talked about, leading the pack there with tackle.
Yeah, stepping up there, and that's something he knows. Like, hey, it's about that time. I am curious here. See here on the start of 11 how aggressive this defense is going to be here. Are they going to look to be overly aggressive, or are they going to sit back here and see what happens? Also be mindful of the running threat as well.
Yep, 3rd and 12 from the 37-yard line. 11 minutes to go in this first half. Ford in the shotgun will take the snap. He's going to roll to his left. Looking, wants to throw, going to keep it himself. Cuts back inside to the 30, inside there, down to at the 28-yard line. And that's not going to be enough, but you're this deep in the territory, AA, with that 15-point lead, I imagine Coach Senor may be going for this one.
Yeah, and just to be ready for the 4th down territory. And I will say this, though, if you're the Bison, the possessions of the pass, a long 3rd down, remember, they gave up the 3rd and 17 before, so at least forcing a 4th down is a good thing, but 4th down is coming up.
That'll give your defense a chance. What they're trying to do here, 4th and about 4 yards or so to gain for the Lions. This could be a big stop possibility for Beachwood if they can make the play. And rolling on to the right side there is Ford. He's keeping the ball, trying to cut back inside. Beachwood there and stopped short. What a stop by the Bison. Turnover on downs, and now the offense, maybe with some juice, to try and get the ball back on the field and make this game.
Low snap, so that created the not able to get the handle or the handle with the snap, but also staying home. And you have to, if you are facing Orange, you have to stay home defensively. That's where your defensive ends come in. That's where your cornerback comes into play. So they are doing just that. And if you force things inside, you have a chance. And Beachwood was able to take advantage.
Last possession, AA, we saw Larry Clark throw his first pass of the game, almost a sideline completion down the field. Maybe a little more of him throwing the ball this possession, you think? Try to make that big play and try to get back in this game?
Maybe. You might see that. Again, not a rotation in the backfield as well. So we're going to see here Clark if he's down to throw the football.
Yep, 6-foot sophomore. getting that starting job. Handoff on a swing route to the left side, right side. It's Owens. He gets brought down hard by Jacob Desapita again from Orange. And Owens coming up hobbling with that left leg. Hopefully he's able to be okay on the sideline now. Got off on his own power, but he's on the ground.
Yeah, they'll take a look at him on the sidelines as they are right now. Defenders is right there, and we're going to have a Beachwood timeout.
First time out of the half for Beachwood. Again, of course, want to remind you folks, as always, the We here are the presenting sponsor for this program for CVC TV is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Their specialties include dental surgery, implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. Of course, thank you for your support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV. And AA, we talked about the importance of Jonathan Owens. Kind of when Coach Fisher described what his role was for the team, he basically just said he wears many hats. Receiver, defensive player, will run swings, will run the ball, try to make plays all over the field. If he's going to be down and out here, that could be a big shot for the Bison.
Yeah, and we're going to see kind of how they're going to be able to adjust. Here is just going to be extended time here for a little bit. I have to mention here, Kyle, I'm not a stickler for cool weather.
It's not bad. This is kind of nice.
It's not bad.
You're wearing jeans. You're comfortable.
Yeah. I see a decent number of jackets being worn here tonight, Kyle.
It's almost like all of a sudden the.
Hello, Jim.
Jim's like me. Yes, of course. See, I wear long sleeves, but I haven't rolled up for now. We'll see. We'll see how the night progresses. I mean, if the breeze keeps up, maybe I have to roll these down a little bit. We'll find out.
Yeah. And again, I'm not. It's week one. It's mid-August. But when I was told earlier, you might want to leave with a jacket. Like what?
If you came last night, I would have told you to bring a poncho.
Man.
Just saying.
Everyone here, yes.
Our entire staff of cameramen and, of course, producers all just shaking their head in approval and a little bit of dismay there with that comment, but nevertheless, it's
all in unison, too. It was amazing.
2nd and 12. Clark rolling to the right. He's got some room to run. Gets the ball, comes out. What a save. Hot potato, one hop, that's it. What a catch. One of those linemen we talked about, big 69, Josh Rosenberg, able to bring that ball in.
And watch this. Oh, my goodness, he stacked it. Rosenberg stacked the fumble. It was that right place, right time. The ability to bring that in. Yes, you don't want to fumble. You need to protect the football, and the quarterback is vulnerable. That's something Clark's going to figure out here. But incredible for Rosenberg to stack it one hand. That was awesome.
He's the athlete, the 6'3", 295-pound Rosenberg, the senior. That's showing off a little bit of skills with the hands there too. How about that?
Incredible. The reach. And
that thing.
Hey, that's something scouts look at.
Definitely. Now it's still 3rd and 9, so a long way to go with 9.5 minutes to go in this first half. Clark in the pistol. 3 wide left. He'll take it, hand off the middle. I believe that's Pinkney that's trying to get through, and just cannot do it.
Yeah, any delay type handoffs, Orange, kind of what we was talking about with the Beachwood defense being aggressive. Orange, they're reading their keys, and they're getting right to the football. I don't know about any delayed action in the backfield with Beachwood is going to apply with this matchup tonight.
And now 4th down long, about 10 yards to go, AA. Rough sledding for Martez Pinkney tonight, just 3 carries for 10 yards. He had that 11-yard run on the first play of the game for Beachwood's offense, but just couldn't seem to rebound. That was called back. Since then, it's been tough sledding. Again, talked about Orange winning the line of scrimmage was the key for Coach Senor, and they've been doing just that.
And they're winning the line of scrimmage defensively, and that's Pinkney's been zeroed in.
Oh, drop, snap, dives down and caught and brought in. That'd be 59 for Beachwood, saving the possession there. Emmett Bang, the freshman, just couldn't get a handle on the ball and just tried to save it, and now Bang down as well. And hate to see this in the first week of the season for a team that's been, both teams for the most part, injury-free. Just a minor ankle, keeping Cole, again, Schriebman out of this ball game, but should be back by next week. Obviously, Jonathan Owens going down and now stretching on the sideline, trying to get loose and hoping for the best here for the freshman out there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the training staff. They're checking in on them as both teams head back in.
Yeah, AA, we talked about kind of the growing pains, the struggle for Beachwood this season because they lost a lot of seniors last year and where they're at. It's showing a little bit when it comes to kind of what we're seeing on the field right now. No passing yards, and actually to this point, -7 rushing yards for this offense. They have not been able to get anything going against this Orange team that is kind of keeping that memory of last year's game kind of front and center in their mind.
Yeah, remember again, Beachwood dominated the game last year. In week 1, dominated that game. And Orange remembered that. And Orange, they looked at this game and said, we have to be the aggressors. We have to go out there and look, if you're going to beat us, it will not be with Pinckney. And that's something that they looked at. And that's something that they zeroed in on. And up front, they're dominating. Beachwood, they're trying some things in the backfield. They just need to just go. Just go and just operate, just do it.
And Orange has been just doing it too for the most part, like they're sponsored by Nike. It's 1st down and 10 from the Beachwood 20-yard line for the Lions. And Amir Barnes is in motion there. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, goes forward right side, still on his feet, breaks to the right into the end zone. Touchdown, one-play drive, and the Orange offense in to that black and yellow end zone one more time. It is now going to be 21-0 Lions.
Watch the blocking up front, and Ford is just at another speed, just at another level, and it's playing out that way. Senior quarterback, who's also, by the way, the holder.
I like seeing that. It's old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks out there doing some more.
That's right. You know.
A snap down, kick up. That one looks like it is good, and it will be. So the score will now balloon to 22-0. The Orange Lions on the road with redemption on their minds, leading the home Beachwood Bison. 8:26 to go in this first half from Beachwood, Ohio. Of course, Kyle Cornell and AA Anthony Alford with you here on the broadcast call for CVC TV, our doubleheader, second game of this opening week of high school football in the beautiful state of Ohio.
Yeah, and a great contest here so far for the Lions. It seems like, and the Lions have taken full advantage of all their opportunities, their short field opportunities. You kind of wonder here, it's 8:26 to go. If only halftime was right now for Beachwood, because there's a few adjustments that they need to make, but it's a lot of it, to be honest, Kyle, is just let's get our heads back in.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. They have the talent. It's clear they have the talent. It's just they have to get themselves back in. And you got a lot of young players, like you mentioned during the pregame, a lot of young players who right now, they are getting a real glimpse of varsity Friday night football. And it's like, this is how it is.
Well, again, we talked to Coach Fisher about it. This is going to be a learning curve type of year. He's open and honest about that. He knows there's going to be some, like we said before, kind of in the initial pregame, some ebbs and flows, honestly, with how this team performs, with that many freshmen being in key roles. We've called a few freshmen's names tonight already with 8:26 to go in this first half because they got to make some plays. And another chance, the offense is going to get another go at it. At number 14 for Beachwood there, Jacob Thomas returning the kick. He breaks it to the left side and down. Still actually on his feet, stayed up. He's still running. Thomas breaking to the right side of the field. Curves the 35 to the 40, gets pushed out of bounds to 42-yard line. Jacob Thomas not giving up on the play. Some life for the Beachwood Bison.
And if you talk about just getting yourself back into the game, the momentum, as you see here on the replay, and he should have been down at like the 25-yard line.
There and possibly there, maybe two after the stumble, and my goodness.
Yeah, he kept his hand there. And watch the sideline. As soon as he got there, teammates congratulating him, and the Bison, it's like, let's get some kind of short field. They're going to start, the 42-yard line? Kyle, like get some kind of short field, get some kind of good momentum, and we'll see here how Beachwood can operate. 8:09 here to go in the second quarter.
See if that sophomore quarterback, Larry Clark, can get things moving for this Beachwood Bison offense that is still in the negatives when it comes to yardage so far as we move through the second quarter of play. A little bit of confusion for the offense now, trying to get the right personnel on the field. Coach Fisher yelling out commands to his sophomore quarterback. Again, 1st and 10 as Double A mentioned from their own 42-yard line. Good field position here to start this drive for Beachwood. 3 wide to the left, 1 wide right. Snap taken by Clark. He's looking left, throws. It is caught. The solid tackle there in the open field by Eli Robinson from Orange, but a big catch there from Jacob Thomas, making another play.
Yeah, and a good find there for Larry Clark, and Thomas being there to make the play. And just positive momentum. You want that, and that helps your offensive line. Now you're your offensive line. Drive forward, make those plays, or even just provide that pass protection. Got to operate here. Beachwood trying to make that move off of the big kick return.
Positive plays, Double A, going to be key right now for Beachwood. Just trying to put some sort of drive together to have some momentum as we move through the second quarter of this game, because the first frame was tough sledding for this offense. So hopefully they can kind of turn it around here and start to put some pressure more on Orange, as it will be now 2nd and 5 from the own 47-yard line for the Bison. Clark in the shotgun. He's got 3 wide to the right this time. And Pinkney on his hip. He'll look to the right. Gonna throw. Nope. He actually lost the ball. The fumble. It's still out. Ball's down there, and it is picked up. Did Clark fall on it?
I believe he did.
Good awareness from the sophomore quarterback to take the hit and also keep the ball after losing it initially. And Beachwood going to hold on to possession.
Yeah, but you got Clark's going to learn. He has to hold on to that football.
Yep.
You got that pressure there. Barco coming right at Clark. And you're going to have to hold on to the football.
The 4th sack for this Orange defense tonight, with 7 minutes to go in this first half.
You know, sometimes like when you watch, the NFL has moved to basically what college has become, a mobile, you got to be a mobile quarterback and you have to do a lot of things. But sometimes you forget, well, the very basics is protecting the football. Sometimes you're not going to be able to have the speed to escape away from the pocket and make some kind of miracle Patrick Mahomes type play. It's not going to happen all the time. Sometimes you just got to keep the football.
Sometimes you just got to take the lumps. Now going to look to the right side. Throw is caught, and it's some room to run. Here comes Beachwood all the way down inside the other 40-yard line of Orange to the 42. And it looks like Orange may have actually got the ball back.
He didn't hold on to the football.
Oh, no. 33 for Beachwood on the catch. Henry Streen, the wide receiver, but after a big play, just could not keep possession, and Orange now has the ball back on offense.
And the problem here is the football is a tad bit loose, even on the stride. So even though you had the big play, not able to, control the football, tuck that football in, and created an easy strip, and just the air, that was the most positive drive you have for Beachwood, and just self-inflicting mistakes.
A Double A, a 24-yard catch and run that now basically didn't happen almost because Orange has the ball after the play.
Yeah.
Great read, by the way, by the sophomore, too. And Larry Clark saw the blitz coming from his left side, immediately looked right, tossed the ball out to the screen, wide open field. Just got to hold on to that football.
Yeah, and that was after Clark adjusted from the sack he took the play before.
You like seeing that growth if you're Coach Fisher. You just got to hold on to that football if you're the Bison now. So now here we go. The Lions with the ball back on their own 37-yard line, 6:26 to go in this first half. The right side is caught by Robinson. Robinson breaks right, still on his feet, pushing through. Robinson through 3 different Bison defenders out of bounds after a solid gain, a first down for Orange.
So Eli Robinson, he told our own Steve Hare at Media Day, he said, I want to average 2 to 3 touchdowns a game. Now, yes, it's lofty goals, but it's a good mindset to have. And Robinson, he's probably thinking right now, all right, let's get the football in my hands. But obviously, the right things, like I want my teammates to do well and get the W. But you're a receiver. It's okay to admit you want the football in your hands.
And say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and score touchdowns. Exactly right. I totally get what you mean. Yeah.
That's right.
First down for Orange halfway through this second quarter on their own 48-yard line, just short of the midfield line.
Let me tell you something. No, sorry.
Ford in the shotgun. I thought Hulk Hogan would make a reference on our broadcast, but it turns out, here we go. Ford takes the snap, hands off left side, cutting back in. Number 23 for the first time tonight, I believe that is Rashad Barnes pushing through near the first down marker.
You got a senior tailback, good drive as well there with the legs. And that is consistent from what you're seeing from the Orange running backs. Ty Russell earlier in the game, just their legs are driving. And it starts, they talk about the weight room, having at least 20 kids in their off season, in their weight room. You know, some of the other players involved in other sports. But to have that number in the weight room, that helps. And the lower body's built there as well.
Well, Double, you talked about it in pregame too. That's the buy-in, right? Definitely for Orange. On that mark is now swirling out to the right side is Ford. He's going to break with the ball. He's met, but actually gets to the tackle. Still on his feet. Breaks to the right side. Ford going to go all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. Third rushing touchdown of the game. Third of this first half for Ford. And Orange now up 28-0.
How did he break away from that?
My goodness.
He had the blitz on the left side. He read it. He got away from it. The missed tackle. And, that's track speed. That's track and field speed right there, Kyle.
Ugh.
Are you kidding me?
Third touchdown of the half. We've seen some great rushing performances so far on CVC TV this year, folks. And we're only in the second game of the season. My.
And that was the quarterback.
New meaning to the word track star. There you go. That kick is up, and it is going to be good. So make it 29-0. Orange coming into Beachwood, remembering last year's loss and saying, hey, let's flip the script a bit.
Incredible. And
Alex Ford has been impressive tonight.
Alex Ford is amazing. He is an amazing football player. And what I like, too, from Ford is the awareness is off the charts. And just that last play, he looked off the defender, the blitzing defender, and just is able to take off, keeps himself safe, too, and just once he's able to get second level, it's over.
He's also 2 for 3 for 32 yards passing, so it's not like it's all just one-dimensional. He's able to make plays with his arm as well, but when he can do that with his feet, he almost doesn't need arms.
No, you do not. What this does, though, too, if you're the Lions, what this does, you got players where you got classmates who might have looked at last year and might be like, I don't know about joining the team. You got players who could play football, who could play sports. They're looking at what's happening tonight so far, and they might be saying to themselves, I want to join this team. I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of, and I see something special, and I can help out and contribute to this. This is the type of game, performance, where you built that kind of momentum in your program.
And definitely that ball going over the head of Beachwood, and it actually goes out of bounds at about the 2-yard line, almost a touchback, but instead the ball is going to move way up the field for the Bison. Another break on special teams is number 5 back there, Eric Walker, just let the ball go out of bounds. Smart play. Double, you mentioned obviously Orange, maybe students watching this and saying that I could argue the same for Beachwood. They kind of see opportunity. Hey, maybe I could be one of those players that can help turn these kind of games around, possibly.
Yeah, you do see that. And here's the thing, rivalry, Orange and Beachwood, right down the street from each other. So you have families, you have friends, you have adult figures that talked about this game, talk about these programs. And you got those people, they're watching this broadcast right now, and they're like, hey, I could be a part of this. I could be locked in. Pretty special what these games can do to the betterment of both of these programs.
It definitely is. Looks like Beachwood's going to take their second time out of this first half. Again, 29-0 with 5:20 to go in this first half. Orange on top of the Bison, and again, just one side of the rushing attack, obviously dual-headed, and we talked about running back by committee, but tonight it's really been kind of a two-headed monster, of course, with the quarterback Alex Ford and Ty Russell, the sophomore, making big plays, mixing a few carries from the likes of E.J. Dowdle and Rashad Barnes as well, but it's really been those two that kind of stood out for the most part tonight.
Yeah, it has been, and that's something that until Beachwood figures out how to stop it, you keep it going, keep it rolling.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, that's right. And it's something you just gotta, lock in and do. There's still plenty of time though. 5:20 to go here in the second quarter. If you're the Bison, you want to find a way. You're back. You're back on offense. You want to find a way to, you start with getting some kind of points on the board. Start with one score.
Well, double A, the last time the offense was on the field, big play, 24-yard catch and run there, but just with a fumble at the end of it. That little bit of momentum they were starting to build just coming crashing down, and obviously Orange able to capitalize, as you mentioned earlier, on every opportunity they've had so far.
Yeah, and they're going to watch film tomorrow or Monday, whenever they watch film, and they're going to see, like what you see tonight is probably not what you're going to see in week 2, because it is. A lot of this is just mistakes. Hold on to the football. Recognize reads. Things like that.
Clark in the shotgun going to hand to the right side and immediately brought down. Big tackle there from Big 55 for Orange, that being Henry Riggenbach.
Now, Riggenbach just made a football play. Riggenbach just recognized the play in the backfield and just went after it. They're not second-guessing. Orange is not second-guessing. And they're just operating and just making plays.
And that was Braylon Hilliard, number 10, a freshman, another one of those freshmen for Beachwood. They got the carry. Trying to mix some things up, get some new folks in there, try and run the ball for Beachwood. Be a little bit more speed. Different look for this Orange defense that's been dominant. Clark in the shotgun, hands left side. It's Hilliard again. He gets brought down for a loss. Big tackle for a loss for 74 for Orange. That is Brandon Wang again.
I think a couple of tackles for him, 2 or 3 tackles for Wang. And he is just operating and to the point. They're not even allowing Beachwood to even get the second level. A lot of third and longs in this game.
Kind of wonder when it becomes more of a game for the quarterback, of course, Larry Clark, to kind of try and build a little bit on that throwing motion, trying to get more in a rhythm with his receivers too. You obviously want to build this young man, 6 foot, 180 pound sophomore, I should say. He's got the size to be a solid quarterback in Northeast Ohio. Just needs some of those reps. And speaking of which, he's going to get one, throws it up left side. It's a jump ball to Hilliard, and it's actually intercepted. And that is Jacob Desipita again. He's made a few plays on the defensive end. This time, an INT, and Orange gets the ball back.
And I believe in high school, you only need 1 foot interception, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct.
And there it is. What I would like to see from Clark, and the ball, it wasn't a smooth delivery on the pass. Put that leg in there.
Drive the ball, right?
You're exactly right, Kyle. Just drive that ball in, and you'll see the better results on the throws.
Now Orange getting another chance on offense. The Lions from their own 43-yard line. 3:46 to go in this first half. Star quarterback Alex Ford in the shotgun. 2 wide left and right. So he's got Barnes on his hip on the left side. He's going to drop back to pass. Looking forward, rolling out to his right. Still looking. Going to make a play with his legs. Oh, what a tackle in the open field. Maybe some frustration there from Martez Pinckney on the tackle. Not really seeing a lot of movement on the offensive side. Defensively, he's made a few plays, though.
Yeah, he has. Remember how aggressive he was early in the football game. And, you're gonna need to see more of that from Pinckney. But made that play defensively, setting up a second and long, actually.
One of the few times we've been saying that Alex Ford went backwards instead of forwards tonight.
Yeah, and what you want to see from Ford, Ford has had a very successful night to this point. Don't settle in on just taking off after one look and running the football. You still want to read your keys if you're Alex Ford.
Yeah, same look this time, just having a flip there with Barnes. Ford going to dump it out to the left side. It is caught. Breaking through on a screen, past the 40 to the 42-yard line. Number 9 for Orange, that being Jacob Bartko, freshman.
And he's made some plays. He's made some plays defensively. Good offensive play for him. But again, Beachwood has an opportunity here. 3rd Third and long coming up here where, you know, they can get the football back. Defensively, just get the job done.
Yep, 2:20 to go here in this first half. And Ford in the shotgun. He's got Barnes on his left hip. Handoff to Barnes, breaking up the middle. Big tackle on the weak side. Who else? Martez Pinckney on the play, and it's going to force a 4th and long for the Lions.
Yeah, make it that stop. I wonder if you're Beachwood. I believe they. I don't know the timeout situation. I don't have a.
I think Beachwood may have possibly one left.
Okay. This might be one of those situations where you let the clock run down. You know, you just want to get a clean punt and just get to the locker room.
Well, so they still have Ford actually in the backfield. Could be a possibility of trying maybe to draw an offsides, or they just go for it here on 4th and long. Some fidgeting on that line on the defensive side. And there it is. Going to be a timeout called by Orange. Try to get a little bit closer to maybe possibly go for that 4th down, but instead now, Double A, I think you'll see that punt on the other side of this timeout.
Yeah. You know, just those mind games. So you
it's still a rivalry game, of course.
That's right. You got to treat it as such. Can't wait for halftime. We're going to witness both of these bands.
And the honoring, of course, of Jim Basha. Again, he's been with Beachwood for 50 years.
Unbelievable.
As a coach, and going to get honored tonight. Different alumni, different players that have actually played for him throughout his coaching career going to be stopping out tonight to say hello and thank you for his service here to Beachwood and the community, of course. And my goodness, what a coaching career for that young man who's been doing this for a long time. Appreciate what he's been able to do for lots of different classes of different kids that have grown with him and known him.
Yeah, and you become, and you are, and he is, it has been the fabric of this community, you know, all these years. And
generations have been taught and coached by him. I mean, it's crazy to think about. 50 years at one job. And the job became a career.
Became a lifestyle.
It really did. Punt away. Taken and in the backfield by Jordan Easton. Easton trying to break through. And I'm sorry, that's actually Jacob Thomas for Beachwood. He's pushed out of bounds just short of the 40-yard line with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go in this first half. Beachwood going to take over back on offense, down 29-0.
Yeah, we'll see here. 65 seconds left.
Do you try to score in this moment, or do you just kind of maybe take a few knees, go to halftime, and try and regroup, Double A?
See how this first play goes. I think they'll draw up something here in the. You know, if you get a big gain on this first play, you operate. If you don't, then you probably run the clock down. So let's see how the first play here rolls.
And some momentum into halftime would be amazing for this Bison offense as they take over on their own 37-yard line. Again, 1:05 to go in this first half. Clark loses snaps on the ground. He falls on it, and it looks like there was a late flag possibly on the play there too. And what has been a tough first half for Beachwood.
Yeah, clock rolling as well. Just your Beachwood, just get in that locker room. Right now, a very talented football team. We saw it early in the game. I think what happened, Orange scored so quickly.
Let's be honest, Orange got off to a hot start. They didn't stop.
Yeah.
They came out ready for this game to go, and the youth and some nerves kind of showing on Beachwood's side a little bit, which is common when half your team are freshmen. This is their first experience. And up to the right side there, trying to push through, again, is Martez Pinckney, who can get down for a gain of a handful of yards there, if that. And that's going to take us, folks, to halftime. Again, the score 29-0. Orange on top of Beachwood here on the road. Your CVC TV game of the week, of course. Doubleheader, game 2 of this week. Last night in Conneaut, tonight, of course, here in Beachwood. With that, I'm going to take a break, let the bands perform, and we're going to honor, of course, Coach Jim Basha at halftime. On the other side, we'll get you your stats, get you previewed for the second half of action right here on CVC TV.
Good evening. Tonight is a very special evening as we honor one of our football coaching legends, James Basha, as he celebrates his 50th season on the sidelines. Coach Basha is a 1970 graduate of Holy Name High School and a 1974 graduate of Baldwin Wallace College. He received a master's in secondary school administration from Cleveland State University in 1981. Coach James Basha began his teaching and coaching career at Warrensville Heights High School, where he taught social studies and vocational education for 35 years. He retired from the Warrensville Heights schools in 2009. During his 24-year coaching tenure at Warrensville, he served as head coach, varsity assistant coach, and defensive coordinator. Coach Basha also coached at Trinity High School for 13 years, serving as a varsity assistant, defensive coordinator, and head coach for the Trojans. Coach Basha briefly coached at both Holy Name and Lutheran East High Schools, serving as the offensive line coach at those schools. For the past 9 years, Coach Basha has been on staff for the Bison, where he works with our offensive line, linebackers, and defensive backs. A few of Coach Basha's accolades include Coach of the Year for the North Coast League in 2001, Coach of the Cuyahoga County East-West All-Star Game, past president of the Greater Cleveland Football Coaches Association, and a 2022 recipient its Golden Deeds Awards. Coach Basha is currently working as a building sub at Beachwood Middle School. Coach Basha and his wife Karen have been married for 45 years and are the proud parents of sons Adam and Aaron and daughter Amy and her husband Anthony. They are also the proud grandparents of Nick 10, Brooks 8, and Asher 7 months. At this time, Ryan Peters, Director of Athletics, will be presenting to Coach Basha an award honoring him for his 50 years of service to the game of high school football. Coach Basha, thank you and congratulations for making a difference. Up next, coming to the field, the Bison Cheerleaders.
Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. And the crowd, yeah, bring them out, bring them out. All my hot boys, yeah, bring them out, bring them out. All the boys, yeah, bring them out, bring them out. Say yeah, bring them out, bring them out. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah. What the key, what you gon' do? Let me listen, let me put your back into it. Do it for your dance, shake, yeah.
Bison fans, give it up for the 2023 Bison Cheerleaders. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Orange High School is proud to present the Orange High School Marching Lion Band under the direction of Mr. Brandon Duval, Associate Director Mr. Jake Robinson, Lionhead Advisor Mrs. Robin Smith Bonner, and student teacher Ms. Katie Johnson. Our first show of the 2023 season, entitled Dance Hits of the 70s, starts with the song September. Recorded by Earth, Wind & Fire in 1978, September was certified gold and reached #1 on the Hot R&B 100 and #8 on the Billboard Top 100. From 2016, a new version of the song was recorded by Justin Timberlake for the film Troll. Take a listen as the Lion Band performs September. Next, we'd like to welcome our Orange Lionettes who are featured in the next song, Dancing Queen. Recorded by the group ABBA in 1976, Dancing Queen was the lead single on their fourth studio album, Arrival. In 2015, the song was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. Check out the Lionettes as the band performs Dancing Queen.
Well, to be fair, last year we lost like 48.
conclude our tribute to dance hits of the 70s with the infectious YMCA. Supported by the village people in 1978, YMCA has garnered worldwide acclaim, including Grammy Hall of Fame honors and selection by the U.S. Library of Congress for preservation in the National Recording Registry. Check out the band dance and drum break as we conclude our dance hits of the 70s with YMCA. Gentlemen, the pride of Orange, the 2023 Orange High School Marching Lion Band. And now, entering the performance field for your halftime enjoyment, they're back, the biggest little band in all the land. Please welcome your 2023 Beachwood Bison Marching Band and Drill Team. Tonight, we honor those legendary rockers, Bon Jovi, and take you back to some of their greatest hits. So to open things up, I play my part You play your game, because Garland, you give love a bad name. For our final number, you all know it. We've got to hold on to what we've got, because we're halfway there. Oh, little prayer. Beachwood band is under the direction of David Lettington, assisted by Andy Greer Jones, along with drum line advisor Rachel Keller and guilty advisor Danny Kunkel. We would like to thank the Board of Education, administration, some students, and you, the community, for your continued support of the Bison band.
Welcome in, folks. Start of the third quarter coming up here in just a few short minutes. Your CVC TV game of the week. A doubleheader. Night 2. Night 1 last night in Conneaut. Night 2 tonight here in beautiful Beachwood. Kyle Cornell, AA Anthony Alford on the call for you for this evening's broadcast. AA quick recap of that first half. 29-0. Orange on top of Beachwood. 194 total yards of offense for Orange, just 14 yards for Beachwood. And one thing we found, obviously, looking through the past season or so, last season, Orange only scored 51 points the entire year. Today, 29.5.
Yeah.
How about that change of the script there?
Incredible. And, you know, Lions, they got off to a hot start. They took advantage of some mistakes that Beachwood made in the first half, and it went from there. We're going to see here now, Beachwood's going to get the football first to start the second half. We're going to see, can Beachwood just go out there and just play? Just go out there and just play, do their thing. They let the mistakes get in their head. See how they respond.
And definitely as the kickoff is underway, it's a line drive. Taking it about the 18-yard line from the Bison. And a quick run out of bounds. Number 5 for Beachwood. Eric Walker takes it out, and with that, the Bison getting ready to go.
Yeah, and let's see the adjustments here offensively that's going to be made. And I want to see with Larry Clark. One of the things I noticed from the first half, we both did, you know, there was an interception that he had. I want to see him step into the throw and drive with that lead foot into the football in his passes. If he could take command, the sophomore quarterback, if he could take command of his passes, then I think we'll see a different football, a different type of football coming out of his hands in this half.
And definitely going to probably be more aggressive as this Beachwood offense, trying to get some points on the board before it is all said and done. So 1st and 10 for the Bison from their own 36-yard line. Running clock here in the second half, 29-0 Orange to the lead. Handoff up the middle, breaking through past the 40-yard line, bulldozing his way, still on his feet. Again, there is Martez Pinckney. Had 2 sacks on the defensive end in the first half, but running the ball was fairly quiet. Just 3 carries for 10 yards. He gets 6, though, on that one.
Yeah, just driving his legs. And I'm sure Beachwood, they want to get him going. He is an asset. Definitely, he is an asset. What he was able to do last year, coming into this year, he ran for almost, 500 yards a year ago.
Yeah, caught for almost 300.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So, utilizing him as a weapon and let that offensive line operate and work.
Of course, we talked to both coaches, as we mentioned before, and the line of scrimmage was such a big deal for both of these teams, and Orange to this point has been dominant up there at the line, is now at second and about 5 or so. Handoff again, going to Pinckney. He's going to roll out to the right side, breaks through one, curves past the 40 near the 45, and gets tackled out of bounds, just short of the first down marker. Kind of on the side there was number 9. For Beachwood, who actually walking that one off. Took a late hit there as Pinckney got a solid gain of about 4 to 5 board. It's going to be 3rd and short.
And for once, if you're the Bison, if you're a Beachwood fan listening in, you're saying, well, for once, we got a 3rd and short situation. So many, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12, we have a 3rd and 17 in there. So
yeah, there was a 3rd and 33 maybe at one point too.
Yeah. So to only have a 3rd and short here coming up, 3rd and 1, now that's a win if you're Beachwood.
And there was 6 penalties in that first half that didn't help Beachwood at all. And so far to this point, playing clean football on this first drive of the second half. 3rd and 1 from their own 45. And roll to the right side, going to keep it himself there. Again, is Larry Clark, and he's going to be just past the first down marker. It looks like it's going to be enough to move the chains.
I thought for a split second, I'm like, just go up the middle, just go up the middle. But you know what, though? You got the necessary block on the outside there on the line. From Rosenberg, able to get that block on the outside. So
We've said
Good
his
work.
name. We've said his name a few times tonight, Rosenberg.
Yeah, I mean, you're relying on your senior right tackle there, number 69, to get that block. He did just that.
Yeah, him and Jack Fellow, they're big keys to that line for Beachwood moving through this season. It'll be 1st and 10 now from their own 47-yard line, the Bison. And toss left side, ball smacked down, incomplete pass. Big 74 for Orange on the right side. Brandon Wang knocking that ball down.
Yeah, Wang was in there. In fact, the man taking the salute there, 76, Austin Thomas in there as well. Speaking of Rosenberg, got a matchup to watch up front on the offensive and defensive line. 69, Joshua Rosenberg for Beachwood, and then 76, Austin Thomas, the junior defensive end. That is a matchup to watch. It's been in the first half as a matchup to watch right now.
Definitely double A. It's now at 2nd and 10. About 8 minutes to go in this third quarter. Again, Clark in the shotgun. He man in motion and actually getting some positive play there for the Bison. Jacob Thomas pushing forward, just trying to get back past the line of scrimmage. A late hit in there, but no flags coming out. Actually, it looks like maybe there is some laundry on the field.
Maybe. I mean, the second effort defensively, you saw the linebackers kind of coming in. We haven't mentioned much about the linebackers and, you know, their names on the Orange Lions. Not to say that they are having a quiet game. They're running an efficient defensive game. This is most of the game. The running attack has not reached that level on the field to even mention their names.
Haven't been enough plays on the offensive end really to talk about kind of building that momentum and having the ability to mention it because the line's been so dominant for Orange. 3rd and long. Handoff up the middle is Pinckney, and he is going to get stuffed after maybe a yard or two. Just tough sledding all night long for Martez Pinckney in this rush attack from Beachwood.
Yeah, and you're seeing all the hats to the football there defensively. Gissa Tanner, number 50, I wanted to mention him. He was one of the guys that was a part of the media day. He's actually taking the signals right now. He's been taking the signals all game long from the sidelines. He is the quarterback of the defense. Just letting them operate.
And no surprise here, Beachwood going to go for this one. 4th down and 9 from their own 48-yard line, just short of midfield. 6:20 to go in this third quarter. Clark in the shotgun, and the ball is lost. Still on the ground, up for grabs, and it looks like Orange may have recovered.
You got to just fall on that, man. I know, and there was going to be a turnover on downs anyway, but
It's like,
don't get yourself hurt.
yeah, Jacob Bartko was there. Either way, that ball was going back to Orange. It was 4th down, but and actually going to say, from looks like Larry Clark recovered the ball double A, but and call it a turnover on downs here. Either way, Orange taking over in that possession because that was just a botch snap at the end there.
Yeah, but I just wanted to make that point with Clark. You don't, if you try to pick up the football in that situation, you're risking injury. You don't want to do that. You're too valuable, too important to your team to be lost in a situation like that. Just, you don't want to end the possession with a turnover, but it's going to happen. Just fall on it, live for another drive.
Exactly right, as Orange takes over now on the Beachwood 38-yard line. Ford actually lost the ball for a second. He's got to make some moves, and he gets brought down in the backfield. Big credit there to Beachwood to attack on that. And that was, I believe, for the Bison. Got a multitude of tacklers back there, double A.
Streams in there.
Yeah.
33.
I came in at the tail end.
Yeah.
And cleaned it up.
Yeah, just the cleanup.
So a positive play for the Beachwood defense as the Orange offense for one of the few times tonight moving backwards. Be 2nd down and 17 from the 45-yard line of the Bison. Ford in the shotgun. Taking the snap, and it is a handoff up the middle, breaking through, big run, and still on his feet, breaking a tackle down to the inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. And I believe that was E.J. Dowdle who turned it.
Yeah, just the blocking has been incredible. Briefly saw the start of the fourth sprint from the second quarter that led to the touchdown. But just on the last play, the blocking has been great. I was just going to say, Kyle, you know, Orange with the 29-0 lead, how do they handle success building off of the scrimmage from last week? Like, that's a test too. Like, how to learn, part of learning how to win is finishing games. They kind of responded there in the last play.
Yeah, on the right track now as it's 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Dowdle again on the right side, pushing through, trying to get inside of the 10-yard line. Still on his feet, eventually goes down in a pile near that 10-yard line.
I just want to commend, I was trying to see there, like, the linemen have been absolutely incredible. And just watch some of the kick-out blocks from the Lions, just up front. Even if you watch this game on replay, just watch some of the kick-out blocks.
Yeah.
You're seeing the linemen and the skill players put in work, even when they don't have the football.
Yeah, lots of seals there. Actually, a throw to the left side. It's caught, breaking inside the 5, trying to get to the end zone, reaching. And touchdown called for Orange. How about that on the catch? Eli Robinson.
Eli Robinson said he wanted the football. He wanted to score. He was going to find a way. And don't tell me he was not going to find a way to lean into the end zone to score. He did just that.
Second catch of the night for Robinson. This one goes in for 6. It's now going to balloon to 35-0 Orange. Little screen pass. Just get the ball in the hands of your playmaker, AA, and he'll make those plays.
And he's mentioned in media days, that's exactly what he wants to do. That's exactly what the coaching staff wants to do. They want to find ways to get Eli Robinson the football.
And kick is up, and that one is good. Looking up at the scoreboard, now it reads Orange 36, Beachwood 0. Of course, speaking of scoreboard, tonight's scoreboard sponsor is Independence Business Supply, an Ohio-owned and operated company with full-service facilities here in Cleveland, capable of shipping supplies anywhere in the United States. IBS is a business products dealer providing you with a single source for office products, facility and break room supplies, printing, promotional products, and furniture. Visit orderibs.com to learn more about our products and amazing customer service.
I'll just say, it is good just to be back, you know, high school football environment.
Well, welcome back, Double A. Happy to have you with me tonight, man.
No problem.
I was a little lonely last night. I missed you.
I know.
Yeah.
We're all out there alone. No, but the environment here.
Oh, yeah.
It's just incredible. The excitement of the student body. It was crazy. Remember the additional week that was added a few years ago with the extra playoff week, pushed the season up a week. So a lot of these kids, you know, the first day of school may have happened, may have not happened yet. So this is one of the first times, you know, you want to make an impression, you know, as a student body. Good showing, both for Orange and Beachwood tonight.
Yeah, but you see everyone coming out and supporting the teams here, of course. We mentioned the coach as well. Jim Basha getting honored at halftime, 50 years on that Beachwood sideline.
Incredible ceremony.
Yeah, a lot of reasons to come out tonight to support both teams. Is on the scoreboard, though, it has been all Orange to this point, 36-0 with 2:25 to go in this third quarter. Kickoff the right side, going to be fielded by Beachwood. Walker breaking back inside, trying to get some movement there and couldn't, down to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, we'll see kind of the effort here. I want to see with the Lions defensively, you know, like, game's not done.
No, of course not.
If you're saying right now, they're the defensive staff, game's not done. You want to see 4 complete quarters if you're the Orange Lions. This is part of the process of not just, you know, you can win the game, but learning how to win the game. It's part of that process. We'll see how aggressive this defense is going to be.
Yeah, flipping the script, AA, from last year, we talked about it. 51 total points. Orange was shut out 5 times last year as a team. Now the opportunity to try and pitch shutout themselves. In the very first game of this season, after an 0-10 season last year, a big opportunity for the Lions to try and capitalize. And you mentioned kind of set the tone for the rest of a hopeful,
And
successful
then
year.
remember how this game went last year.
Yeah, 43-8. It was tough. Beachwood won that game last year. Clark in the shotgun. He's going to take a big hit, lose the ball. It's up for grabs, and it's looking like possibly Clark was able to fall on it again, but Orange celebrating still like they have it.
I think they do.
And they do. That was 74. Brandon Wang that recovered it.
Here's the pressure once again.
Oh, my goodness. What a hit. Yeah, by Orange, yeah.
Barco got in there.
Heard his name a couple times tonight.
Yeah, he got in there. And defensively, they're just picking it up.
All right, George, hold on.
That's a third turnover of the night for Beachwood's offense. And Orange just piling it on now. Big sack. That's actually Barco's second of the night.
All right, a little bit more.
And he's reading it. Like, he's just reading
That's perfect right there.
the keys. And
Behind the offense.
again, we always say this early in the season. You see it with the Browns right now. Early in the season, the defense is ahead of the offense.
Yeah.
It just is, you know, and that's just across the board. Because offensively, there's more plays you have to learn. And Beachwood, they're going to see all this on film. It's like, okay, we can do this better, we can do this better, we can do that better.
So it'll be first down and 10 from the 18-yard line of Beachwood for the Lions of Orange, trying to put another score on the board here. And Ford in the shotgun. He's got 4 touchdowns tonight. Actually, it's a backup quarterback now in the game, I should say. Number 13 in there. That is Noah Seaman, the sophomore who actually carried the ball himself for a gain of about 2 there. And with that, that's going to wrap up the third quarter of play here in Beachwood. 36-0 to score. Orange on top of the home Beachwood Bison in your CVC TV opening doubleheader in games of the week. Last night, Conneaut, tonight here in Beachwood, and in both games, both teams that were ahead pitching shutouts, AA.
To be honest, I'm a bit stunned. Well, it's just, you know, you don't know. Rivalry games are tricky to predict because it's not just X's and O's.
Right.
Not even close. There's so much emotion that goes into these games. There's so much, like, how much goes in. Remember, Kyle, and you brought this up a few times, early in the game, Beachwood had, I think it was a Pickney, they had the run. It kind of came back over to the
Yeah, it was the hold, yeah.
top of the screen, the hold, and it came back, and Clark had the block. Imagine if that play, I know it's just one play, and
That's momentum.
maybe it doesn't make a difference.
Oh,
but
you're right on a double. I think, yeah, momentum can be killed with one of those moments like that, especially super early on in the game when Coach Fisher talked about starting fast, trying to make a big play or two in that first drive to put pressure on Orange, especially after Orange went down the field and scored.
Yeah.
That first possession. You wanted to try and bring that out. Then obviously the snap goes over the head of your punter, results in a safety, and then kind of the train came off the tracks after that, and now that's where we ended up here at our destination, which is, to this point, 36-0.
And it was quick. And it was quick.
Never step in front of a train, folks.
No, yeah.
That's from me and AA together both. Yeah, probably shouldn't do that.
That's right. Don't do that.
Little PSA for you here in the broadcast. So here we go. 2nd and 8 on the 15-yard line. Seaman now taking the snaps. Handoff left side, breaking through, trying to get that first down, and tumbling inside the 10 down to the 6. Flag late. Some pushing and shoving going on down there. And that was E.J. Dowdle with the carry. You'll see if it stands.
Now, you got to watch here. Again, we mentioned it is a rivalry game. You know, there might be some frustration. Probably is going to be some frustration you're going to see here in this fourth quarter. You just got to be smart and walk out of here healthy.
Obviously super important for both teams when the rosters aren't as big as maybe you'd want, especially on the Beachwood side. Only about 26, 27 total players.
Yeah, that face mask against Beachwood. And that's the thing, Kyle. Like, and the momentum thing is huge from this standpoint as well. Because of the roster sizes, like, we're not talking about Division I here. Because of the roster size, let's say you did have a bad play offensively. You got to go back out on defense.
Exactly right. Yeah, so now it's going to be, or I should say, yeah, it should be 1st and goal from the 5. And a bit of confusion on the handoff. Actually going to be a keeper and into the end zone for a touchdown. Another one, this time, it'll be Noah Seaman.
We got to see this replay.
What a fake, deep in the
They
pocket.
both wanted the football.
That was an infighting in the moment there for the Lions. And Seaman keeps it. The sophomore scores a 5-yard scamper, and now that balloons the score to 42-0. Symbolic if this extra point goes through AA. Last year, Orange lost 43 to 8. Could they put 43 on Beachwood today?
Yeah. We had the game last year on CVC TV, week 1 in Beachwood, or in Orange, excuse me.
Oh, no. That kick was into the line, and yeah, that's going to be no good.
Never got a clean hold.
Yeah.
Yeah. You say that when you know. I'll tell you this. Whoever coaches the special teams, they're not going to leave that alone tomorrow.
Oh, no, there's definitely there's some work in progress on that tape, yeah.
You know, you ever. Here's the other thing Orange may find. Actually, I'm curious. Orange, barring one of the biggest miracles in sports occurring, we're going to win this game. I wonder. You know, we mentioned during pregame, what do you do with last year's tape when you don't win any games? What do you like? Do you just what do you do with the tape? I think, in a way, if you approach film session, you're happy for the win. You're going to celebrate this win.
Keep the tape.
You still have to. It's not a perfect football game.
Well, no, and use still last year as the model for the rest of the season, probably, if you're Coach Senor and this Orange team. I mean, you obviously made good on this game and this opponent, but it was 0-10 last year. Didn't win a game. So just because one's down doesn't mean you can't get to 2. He said you got to get 1 before you can get 2. It makes total sense. And bunch kick to the right side. And taken by Beachwood, cutting back, some room to run, trying to get through it, brought down. Great tackle in the open field by Orange.
Yeah, Jamie Jordan making an open field tackle. He had to, because if not, Beachwood would have had it was still a good return for the Bison, but they might have been starting their possession on the opponent territory.
Before the next possession, AA would remind everyone the presenting sponsor of CVC TV is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Their specialties including, of course, dental surgery, implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, trauma reconstruction as well. For all your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. That's website at www.ohsurgery.com. Of course, thank you for your support for the Sugar Valley Conference and CVC TV. And running clock here in Beachwood, 8:35 to go in this ball game. 42-0 Orange in the lead. Bison with the football. End off right side. Here comes Pinckney. Tries to break through. Going to get some positive yardage here. Pinckney breaking through. He's past the first down marker near midfield, just out around the 47-yard line.
Good patient run there for Pinckney. Good blocking as well.
Biggest run of the night for Pinckney, and some pushing and shoving going on again on the sideline over there.
See if there's anything going on the sideline.
It looks like maybe there is a player down on the edge of the sideline. Both teams going back into the huddle there. So really the first opportunity here that we've seen Pinckney really take advantage. The biggest run of the night for him so far, AA.
Yeah, but probably what was the game plan coming into this game defensively?
Try and take him out of it, right? Only 7 carries for Pinckney. Also, again, just not a lot of opportunities because there's not been a lot of plays. He hasn't got the ball as much. I mean, 7 carries for 36 yards isn't terrible. Problem is, again, you're just not getting enough carries in the ball game to make an impact. If you're not going to break a big one on the first carry like he tried to before when it got called back in that first quarter.
And here's the reality, and we see it here. If you're down by a couple possessions early in the game, there's not really much opportunity to run the football. You just don't have that. So they zeroed in on Pinckney, going to limit the run game, and then get a big lead, and all of a sudden, boom, you go from there. But with the Lions, again, talking about the buy-in, talking about, like it was just mentioned, a lot of these players were part of that 0-10 team a year ago. And these are the same players that's up right now 42-0. So
that was not going to be a carbon copy of this season. We knew coming into this game, too, was going to be, we thought, fairly well balanced. We know Beachwood, obviously younger team. The nerves getting to them a little bit maybe in this ball game. Not indicative of the rest of their season by any means.
not at all.
But still, a situation where Orange wasn't going to go 0-10 again this year. There's way too much talent on this team. There's too much speed, playmaking. The line they have is welcoming back, bringing back 4 out of the 5 starting linemen from last year. There was too many positives for Orange to go 0-10 again.
Well, we talk about all the time with football players and really across sports. You know, you see it in the NFL, see it here in high school. Like, even though the record may be what it is, you're playing varsity football for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Every team, you're playing varsity football. You know, you're playing varsity football. You're developing a JV, freshman, wherever it may be. But like Friday night, varsity football, every player on the field is good in some way, shape, or form. They're good players. It's just, there's a lot of things that ties in, the game situation, playing in front of your classmates, family, friends. There's a lot of things that goes into it, and so sometimes, I think we make too much about the record. It might be a priority of, are you going to make the playoffs or not? No,
there's no lost seasons in high school football. And if you ask any coach, they'll tell you that as well.
Yeah.
Because every game can be used as a lesson moving forward for the progress of your team.
Mm-hmm.
You can learn from every single scenario and instance. That's why, again, Coach Senior said, we used this offseason. We had those guys in the weight room.
Mm-hmm.
There was the buy-in that Double A keeps bringing up, and it's showing.
Yeah.
The results are showing. For Beachwood, it's going to be a process when, again, half your team are freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have these kind of growing pain type games. But you're also going to have games where you play really well, too. And you're going to be able to use both sides of the field with that.
And we both see it, even our real jobs and stuff, you almost have to learn how, it's not just the performance. When you get to that next level, you almost have to learn how to perform and practice every day. And it's tough.
Clark under pressure again, throws it out, dump pass, and dropped incomplete. A little bit short, got hit as he threw, looking for Braylon Hilliard out there, the freshman. And that's been the norm for Clark tonight, pressure and a lot of it.
I'm going to mention this as well. See a couple guys, new guys in there defensively. Darius Walker, number 69 for the Orange Lions. He might look back at this tape and he clapped to himself because he thought he had a pick six opportunity.
That's good. Now it'll be 2nd and 10, ball on. And Beachwood's own 46-yard line. 42-0, Orange in the lead with just over 7 minutes to go in the ball game.
You're seeing right now, as we mentioned, all 48 minutes matters. So, if you're Beachwood, now you're still learning your play, still settling in and finding out hey, this could work for next week and we might have to scrap another play.
And a bull rush in the back there and just brought down for a loss. The Orange defense has been on it tonight. That big number 76 right there, Austin Thomas with a tackle for loss.
Austin Thomas is going to be somebody to watch all season long.
Oh, boy.
All season long. He's been really, really impressive, number 76.
Yeah, and you saw Braylon Hilliard try to make a play there, just could not get away from the big man.
And I'm telling you, he had a matchup. He's had to contend with Josh Rosenberg, that offensive line for Beachwood, number 69. So he's had to earn those plays.
Yeah, Austin Thomas, again, mentioned a junior of that group of offensive linemen, one of the only juniors, too, trying to say, hey, sophomore last year, I learned a lot, too. I'm not a senior, but I'm still going to get out there and make plays, especially on the defense side of the ball. He's been all over the field tonight.
Yeah, and an adjustment, too, if you're an upperclassman, now all of a sudden you're in a leadership position. You got to learn how to do that, too.
Yeah. Okay, this is now going to be 3rd and 21 from their own 36-yard line. They're going to throw to the outside. Ball's caught and actually dropped. That's on the field, and it's recovered by Orange. And it is going to be Lion football inside the 30. Jacob Thomas caught the ball, tried to make a move, and just couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, here's the replay, Kyle. And not able to. And on the field, it was deemed a catch fumble.
Yeah.
So that's just what it is.
Yeah, Thomas' second catch of the night. Problem was this one went backwards, and then he lost it.
Yeah.
And that's the 4th turnover for Beachwood this evening. 3 fumbles and an interception. And this gives the Lions another opportunity to possibly punch one into the end zone and take some more time, obviously, off the clock here.
Kyle, this is one of those games, if you're on the Beachwood sideline, kind of wish really early on you could hit the reset button on the PlayStation.
I would have turned it off by now.
Oh, yeah.
That's just me. Yeah. I'll just restart. Yeah.
No, turn it off and don't throw the controller.
We talked about it in all seriousness, though. Again, it's obviously going to grow from this kind of performance. You're going to be able to see this. Okay, obviously we're not going to play like this again, guys. This is one of those things where we can take this and use it for experience and move on to that next player. As the carry is on the left side out there, still on his feet, breaking the left side all the way into the end zone. Right there, number big 28, E.J. Dowdle lumbers his way in, 28 yards, another touchdown for Orange.
He just ran hard, and the blocking, good first level blocking, just speed, track and field. I want to thank the track and field coach for the Orange Lions. He did a really good job.
48-0 now, Orange on top, avenging last year's loss, of course, when they fell to Beachwood, 43-8. Different side of the story in 2023, and right there, talk about that 3-headed monster. All 3 of these guys making plays tonight.
Well, and remember, Orange, you mentioned last year's game. Orange knows how this felt last year. They didn't want to feel like this again this year.
Extra point is up, and that one is good. And solid kick right there from Orange, of course. Kicker being Chris Buckley, the sophomore, number 39. Puts that one to the uprights. It makes it 49-0. Orange dominant in this ball game against rival Beachwood.
Handling business and playing a complete football game. You know, the Orange, we talked about this to start the second half. How was Orange going to respond coming into this second half? Were they going to be satisfied with just being up 29-0 and that's it? No. They wanted to keep this going, and they have done such things.
Yeah. Again, I want to thank the presenting sponsor for CVC TV, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Their specialties include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website. That's www.ohsurgery.com. Of course, thank you for your support for the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV. The one game it's been for the Lions. Not that far of a trek over here to Beachwood.
No.
And a fairly successful one at that. 49-0, Orange ahead. As that clock continues to tick down, just above 3 minutes to go in this ball game. Low line drive kick. Actually touched there by Beachwood and then picked up. Cutting back, some of those young players getting some minutes. That was actually one of the guys we've seen and called a lot tonight, Jacob Thomas, the junior who got to the ball and got just past the 20-yard line. Well, the goal for Beachwood on what could be possibly the last drive of the game for them on offense AA, what do you look to accomplish now if you're Coach Fisher and the Bison?
Well, obviously, you know, you want to find the plays that work. You want to find, build up momentum going into next week. And you just want to finish the game strong. That's really what you're just looking for. You want to finish the game strong. I do see here we might have some younger players in the game right now. So these are things you just want to look for. You just want to finish the game strong.
Of course, just want to try and get some reps in now, obviously, too, when you talk about the game itself. And Beachwood just trying to, again, get some positive momentum to end it.
Oh, boy.
And going to be handoff right side. Hilliard on his feet, still breaking through, actually getting some positive yards a little bit, but then gets brought back, and maybe a yard if that. On some misdirection, some confusion in the backfield.
Yeah, and if you're a younger player like Jaden Commander, he's in the game right now, quarterback.
Freshman.
And for you as a young player, it's 0-0. That honestly, that if you're
No rep is a bad rep. Of course, take him. He'll definitely take him.
Absolutely. You got the JV game tomorrow, so.
They got Braylon Hilliard back there, too. We mentioned his name a few times tonight, getting some carries. So 2 freshmen that are going to be kind of leading the way here for the last minute 45 for Beachwood to get a few more plays in to try and get some reps against a solid team in orange.
Absolutely. You coach all the way. You coach all the way. You don't see the coaches taking off their headsets until you line up at the 50-yard line.
And Hilliard going to get the carry again, and he's going to get brought down in the backfield. That orange defensive line swarming once again.
Yeah, if you're the Lions, same deal. Even if you have a big league, you got some different players, younger players into the football game. So, again, you're looking to make that impression, make a lasting impression.
I think Orange definitely did that tonight, AA. 49-0 the score. It's most likely where we're going to end up this evening as we're now under a minute to go in the ball game. And what a trip for Coach Senora and this Orange Ball Club after a tough season last year. They scored 51 points all of last season. They score 49 alone tonight.
Incredible. Honestly, just
transformational.
It's a testament to, it's so hard at any level to go an entire season and not win a game.
Yeah, flag on the play. Hilliard running. He's actually going to switch the field and try to use some of that speed, but he is just caught in a sea of white jerseys, and he's going to go down for a loss again. Again, penalty flag came through with 15 seconds to go in the area of holding. Again, when you see those plays get reversed a lot, we talked about it earlier in the game, usually that means it's a holding call.
Yeah, it might be on face mask.
Oh, wow.
Against the defense.
Hands a little high.
Yeah.
Only the 3rd penalty, and the clock's going to run, and that's going to do it. As the final score from Beachwood tonight, 49-0. Orange takes the win and redemption after a tough year last year. How do you start off your new season? With a big old W, capital W for Orange, an exclamation point. Double A, your thoughts kind of on this game as we kind of wrap things up and see how things obviously transpired for it from both angles right now with Orange and with Beachwood. Let's start with the winners in Orange. How do you take this and promote into more wins this season?
First of all, congratulations on just getting one. I mean, seriously. And we see it now with their players, with the students and the fans. We know how hard, if you're a Browns fan, you know how hard it is to go through a season without getting a W. And remember how you as a Browns fan felt in 2018 when you beat the Jets and finally won that game.
This player's doing cartwheels out there right now. It's insane.
These kids feel that way now. Honestly, they're doing cartwheels right now in the end zone. This is incredible. But seriously, congratulations. Look, a win is a win is a win is a win.
Definitely
as a famous person once said, getting the W is as big. Again, as we mentioned, was it a perfect football game? No. But and they'll address it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tonight, the way they're thinking,
celebrate.
Who cares?
Yeah, why not?
They got the W by any means necessary, and they put the foot to the metal, to the gas pedal immediately. And that's really what happened. With the Beachwood Bison, self-inflicted mistakes, and unfortunately, due to the mistakes, the game got away very quickly. This score does not reflect the talent levels, though, of these teams.
Definitely.
I think Beachwood has a lot of good things coming their way this year, and it's one of those things. One of these things, like if you're Beachwood, hey, it's only week 1. You go to bed tonight, wake up tomorrow, figure out the adjustments you need to make, and then Monday is a new week. And you get ready for your new week, and you try to go 1-0 there.
Definitely a good way to put that Double A again. Beachwood falling 0-1 of the season. Orange going to 1-0. Player of the game tonight, Alex Ford. Phenomenal showing. 4 of 5 passing for 48 yards and a touchdown. A lot of the work, though, done on the ground. 7 carries, 77 yards, and 3 scores. 4 total touchdowns for the senior, looking at change his fortunes with this team, and it's on a great track. Orange gets the big win tonight here in Beachwood. Of course, want to thank our sponsors this evening, that being our scoreboard sponsor, Independence Business Supply, an Ohio-owned and operated company with full-service facilities in Cleveland, Ohio, capable of shipping supplies anywhere in the United States. IBS, a business products dealer, providing you with a single source for office products, facility and break room supplies, printing, promotional products, and furniture. Visit orderibs.com to learn more about the amazing products and amazing customer service they have. Also, of course, our presenting sponsor, CVC TV, Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Of course, always appreciate their support for the Chagrin Valley Conference and for us here at CVC TV. Well, AA, it was fun. Thank you so much for jumping in the booth with me tonight. Of course, appreciate the entire crew here doing a great job, and we'll see you guys next week for week 2 of action for high school football. That's going to wrap it up from Beachwood. Again, the final score, Orange, the Lions, 49, the Beachwood Bison, 0. Here on CVC TV. We'll see you guys next week. Until then, have a safe weekend, have a great night, and we'll see you then.